The Green Party is launching a court challenge over the last-minute decision to exclude Jonathan Pedno from the two leaders' debates. The Greens are asking the federal court to declare the decision to disinvite the co-leader a violation of procedural fairness. The Leaders' Debates Commission said that the Greens had failed to meet two of three participation conditions. In its federal court submission, the Green Party says that it wants the court to declare that the commission violated principles of procedural fairness. Our correspondent Wyatt Sharpe unpacked this further.
The federal Green Party is going to court over their exclusion from the Leaders' Debate, both in French and English, by the Leaders' Debate Commission. Of course, the debates took place last week, and the Green Party and its leader, Jonathan Pedno, who was said to have been, told that he was going to be representing the party at these debates, he says that he was told the morning of the French debate that the Green Party would be excluded from both of the debates. And at the time, the commission's reasoning for this was essentially saying that because the Green Party emphasized the fact that they were not going to be putting candidates in all 343 ridings for purposes of strategic voting, that was something that, in essence, was disqualifying them from participating in the leaders' debates. You're getting a lot of questions, too, people kind of speaking in favor of the Green Party, saying, well, look, the Bloc Québécois even does not run candidates in all of the country, and you could argue that that is also for strategic purposes, given they only run candidates in Quebec. Now, the Leaders' Debate Commission, of course, had an answer for that as well. But what's really interesting is just kind of the chaos that ensued after the debate itself. There was not a lot of post-debate analysis with respect to the actual debate itself. We were talking last week on the show even about the issues that ensued from Rebel News and kind of some of the back and forth and the behind-the-scenes aspects of it. And it's interesting just that, again, the commission has been the ones in the spotlight. Michel Cormier had to answer. He's the executive director of the Debates Commission for why they excluded the Greens from the debate. He was asked that by David Cochrane on Power and Politics on CBC. And again, he really failed to provide kind of an adequate answer, or at least an answer that many people felt was adequate. He just essentially said, we called them. We weren't aware of their comments as to why they were withholding candidates in all of the ridings. And people were wondering, well, surely you had to be kind of aware of that before the morning of the debate. Again, he completely denied that, but it's interesting. And, it kind of poses the fact that maybe the Green Party will have a case in court, given the fact that they were excluded at the last minute. And obviously, a lot of dollars goes into kind of a debate prep. You have to hire consultants to help you prep for it. And so the Green Party not only would have done that, they would have brought probably a bunch of volunteers to the Montreal area as well in order to help them get ready for the debate. And then again, the commission telling them the morning of that they weren't going to be allowed can set the stage for kind of an interesting dynamic and battle between the commission and the federal Greens.